welcome back to The Express at the Fraser River Discovery Centre in New Westminster. This place is going to be hopping on Saturday. It's the Royal City Kids Fair. Bobs and Lola will be performing. There'll be bouncy castles, all kinds of exhibitors, and of course you can learn all about the importance of the Fraser River. But while you're here, what's your dog doing? Hey, we know that life gets busy and it's hard sometimes to make sure that Fido's getting enough exercise. But don't worry, up next on The Express, reporter Kendall Harris has a solution.
Okay, they're all okay.
She's her guinea pig. Thanks.
It's out of the van and onto the trails for these lucky dogs, led by Amber and Alicia of North Shore Dog Walkers.
North Shore Dog Walkers, I started 10 years ago. I was 25 and I started walking people's dogs in the forest. I absolutely loved it, and it organically blossomed into a business.
They're always happy to see you, so they're always having fun. Whether it's raining or, you know, sunny and gorgeous, it doesn't matter. They love being there with you. I mean, this guy is like my little, he's my little buddy. And just how can you not love that? Like going to work when they love to see you.
And the dogs also love a good run in the forest, the chance to socialize with other dogs, and especially a few treats.
It's just really, really big treats. There we go. Sit.
Let's head that way.
North Shore Dog Walkers takes dogs out in small groups and offers personalized attention for each of their canine clients.
We pick up from the house, take them for an hour-and-a-half walk, and then return them home, make sure they're clean, and then put them back in the house. And round trip, they can be out of the house anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, just depending on what the day looks like.
Dogs need a certain amount of exercise, and it depends per dog. Not necessarily big dogs need more and small dogs need less. We hike for an hour-and-a-half, which I personally think is a minimum for big active dogs, and also for high-energy smaller dogs. Addie, come on, let's go.
With everyone's busy schedules these days, you know, it's really hard to fit in even an hour for yourself, let alone an hour-and-a-half for your dog. So I think it's a really nice luxury to be able to have.
A luxury for the owners and a luxury for these happy dogs.
Come on, everyone with 4 legs, this way.
In North Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
I swear those dogs were smiling, don't you think so? You can see why the staff at North Shore Dog Walkers love their jobs so much. And if you'd like to see your dog have that kind of day, the website is nsdw.ca. Now, how about spending a day on the water? River rafting. It may not be something you think about doing in winter, and you know what? It's not always a wild and crazy ride, but it's definitely an adventure worthy of the Fitz list, especially during eagle season in Squamish.
1 part hikers, 1 part high heels. I'm a mountain girl, always looking for the next adventure. This is where dreams are made. Dreams that are meant to be shared. From peak to valley, from snow to sun. I'm Nicole Fitzgerald, and this is the Fitz List. Doing everything you've ever wanted to do. See the connection. Each depends on the other. Each element has its place. This link may not be obvious at first, but let your mind drift like a raft floating down a river. Observe, learn, and bridge the ideas that trickle around each bend. And here, life's intricately woven web will present itself, as bright as an eagle's white crown.
So we can't talk about eagles without talking about the salmon that they feed on. Going to view the eagles and understanding the life cycle of the salmon and how important the two are in relationship to each other is kind of part of a wider life cycle. You can't remove one element without it having a massive impact on the others.
And there is no better place to experience this interconnectedness than joining Sunwolf for an eagle viewing float down the Cheakamus River in Squamish. Thousands of eagles flock every year during the months of December and January, when mountaintops are blanketed in snow.
The eagles we're seeing are all bald eagles, which you only find in North America. It's incredibly rare to see them gathering in the sort of numbers that we get here in Squamish.
22 years ago, Sunwolf co-owner Jessamy Freese lived in Whistler. The British native never knew that this unique slip of the world even existed. Now eagle cries wake her every morning at her new Sunwolf home, and she's eager to catch up with her feathered friends.
No. All right, I think we're ready to go. Female bald eagles are actually larger than the male bald eagles, which is one up for the girls. They're about 25% larger, so they need to be a bit bigger to actually defend their eggs.
Jess points out that both the male and female adult eagles are identified by their white heads and tails. The molded brown and white juveniles won't develop their white crowns for many more years.
They grow to 40 times their birth weight in 6 weeks. That's a bit hard to wrap your head around, but that's the same as a 6-week-old baby weighing 300 pounds. It's a fast-growing bird.
There are a number of benefits to viewing these winged beauties by boat.
The area that we're able to go into isn't readily accessible by foot. And it's great for viewing them because you're in the centre of the river, so there's no branches or trees obstructing your view. They also don't recognise the raft as something threatening, so we disturb them a lot less.
Raising awareness is a big part of the tour. The owner-operated Sunwolf team are all Eagle Watch volunteers and assist in the annual eagle count. But all wildlife are honoured and celebrated here.
An eagle needs to eat at least 1/10 its body weight every day in order to survive through the night. They're such large birds, it takes an incredible amount of energy just for them to get lift off the ground. So if they keep getting scared up because of a dog or because of someone approaching too closely, that's even more food they have to eat in order to survive the night.
We exit off the water into a short forest jaunt. Trees are thick with moss and old man's beard. A steaming bowl of chili and homemade cornbread and brownies await as the tour wraps up at the Sunwolf Lodge for lunch.
Does anyone want some cornbread?
I know I do. It looks great.
We're very lucky here at Sunwolf. We have the girls in Fergie's Cafe make our lunch for us. So Hilary and Pixie did a homemade chili with house-smoked paprika in it. That's why it tastes so good.
I had not one but 2 bowls of chili. You, the public, can enjoy Fergie's Cafe Wednesday through Sunday here on the Sunwolf Resort. They also host 10 pet-friendly cabins, which are really popular with fishermen in the fall and winter. The steelheads start running in early March.
Well, the fishing here is sensational. Literally a stone's throw from the cabins, you can just start casting, and there's all sorts of salmon in the river, as well as trout and other fish.
Fuel shared by both humans and their feathered neighbors. Another relationship, another link. One this tour hopes to fortify. From the Cheakamus River in Squamish, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
They say the best time for eagle viewing wraps up at the end of this month, and you can sign up at sunwolf.net. Dress warm, gumboots and rain slickers are provided. You're watching The Express, and we're talking healthy bodies and healthy planets up next.
Detoxing is really important. We're cleaning out the organs.
The Detox Cleanse Demystified at Sardis Health Foods in Chilliwack. The new game zone at the Fraser River Discovery Centre. The Express. We are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
Lungo filaccio, triste sartaccio, fila fila ma che vuoi filare, senza punta l'ago non può andare. Troppo filo te l'ha fatto far ed ora non puoi più filare. Hai filato giorno e notte con giacchette, pantaloni, sottovesti e gonnelloni pura sera.
Join Mana Mansour on Pacific Center's West Coast Style as she examines the ethos of what we wear. West Coast Style reflects a love of nature, travel, and adventure. Pacific Center's West Coast Style, exclusively on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to The Express at the Fraser River Discovery Centre in New Westminster. This place is all about celebrating the living, working Fraser. And they have a new exhibit that we're going to show you at the end of today's show. It's all about keeping the Fraser River healthy. But first, we're taking you to Sardis Health Foods in Chilliwack to find out how we can better keep ourselves healthy.
I'm happy that we're in the new year because it means that we get to get back to health.
Bye-bye holiday treats, hello healthy lifestyle. With the new year comes the new commitment to good health. One way to kickstart your body back into shape is to start with a detoxification process.
Detoxing is really important. We're cleaning out the organs, we're cleaning out sludge. In terms of how people can feel at the end, I've heard people report a lot of energy. They're sleeping better, their digestion is better, they've lost some weight to boot, which is often wonderful as well.
A newer trend that has emerged are special bracelets that claim to detoxify and promote various health benefits.
They call them negative ion bracelets that help in terms of protecting from the environment.
Even if you're avoiding processed foods and are eating right by including protein, whole grains, and fruits and vegetables into your diet, you still are likely missing a few key ingredients.
Because of where we live, we don't get a lot of our sunshine. So vitamin D not only is our happy vitamin, it protects us from seasonal affective disorder, but it's also very good for immunity, which we tend to get sick at this time of year. Also with regards to developmentally or strengthening bones and teeth as well. So that's where vitamin D is important.
I've been coming here for about 10 years. I work in the insurance office next door, and I've gotten to know the women who work here, and I always buy my vitamin D and my calcium. As a woman, it's very important to make sure that I'm taking enough calcium for strong bones. I sometimes suffer from leg cramps, and the calcium seems to ease the leg cramps for me.
For those not inclined to seek out prescription medication, a health food store is a great alternative.
We are here to give advice and give suggestions. We're not doctors, and we're not here to analyze or diagnose the individual. We're here in terms of a complementary standpoint, in terms of things that they can do to better off their situation.
Although the topic of health has a tendency to be trendy in the new year, it's not a fad that we'll likely soon see disappear. For Shaw TV, I'm Corinne Skelbeck.
Corinne says the day after shooting at Sardis Health Food, she went back and bought herself a detox cleanse. Gotta love January. You're watching The Express, and it's time for our spotlight on local events.
Presented by Granville Island Brewing in support of the BC Cancer Foundation, Shred for the Cure is Monday nights to ride free at Mount Seymour with your girlfriends. Vancouver Chinatown's Chinese New Year Parade comes alive with lion dances, cultural dance troupes, marching bands, and more. Watch for our very own Shaw and Global staff on our float and meet the new anchor team of Global National Mandarin. The ultimate comedy show at the Shadbolt Centre for the Arts is a variety comedy show consisting of sketch, stand-up, and improv.
Also, this Saturday, January 21st from 9 to 5 here at the Fraser River Discovery Centre, it's the Royal City Kids Fair. There'll be arts and crafts and live entertainment by Bob's and Lolo. It's also an opportunity to check out not just the Plants Alive ongoing exhibit, but their new area, the Discovery Zone. We're going to leave you with a look at that. Thanks for watching The Express, only on Shaw TV.